men's tennis team. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're near the end of the season here. Conference tournament starts this weekend in Sumter, South Carolina. It's been an interesting year for tennis here at King. A lot of new faces, a new coach. How do you feel that's gone? How has the team come together and qualify for the conference tournament here for the second year in a row?
Yeah, well, we have a very young team this year with only freshmen and sophomores. So for us as sophomores, we had to step up and take a lot of responsibility. And I think if you look at the team at the beginning of the season and if you look at it now, you can definitely see the difference, how the team has developed and how we gained so much experience. And yeah, at the end we managed to finish 6th in the regular season, which is great, I think. And now it's time to make it as far as possible in the tournament to bring the season to a good end.
Yeah, for sure. Last season, King won their first ever conference tournament match and advanced to the semifinals. What can you take from that experience as being only a freshman? You mentioned a young team. What can you take from that experience and maybe help some of the other members that weren't here last year and use going forward into this year's?
Well, last year, I mean, we won the first round, so we know that it's possible, and we know how it feels to win. That's definitely going to help us. And yeah, also the new team members, we can tell them our experience and help them. And
Yeah, I mean, it's always a learning process here going through, that's for sure. And for you, as your second year at King, had a pretty good year, 11-8 overall and 6-4 in conference play. How do you feel the second year has gone? Learning from experience last year as a freshman, how do you feel you performed this year and learned from last year to take into this year?
Yeah, I think I've had a decent season. There were a few matches that I shouldn't have lost, but I definitely learned from those. And yeah, that's because on one side, because of our coach who worked with me a lot on special things, that really helped me a lot. And yeah, on the other side, it's because this year I had to play at position 2, at number 2 and 3 mostly. You're way more challenged at those positions than at number 5, where I played last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had better opponents this year, and yeah, that made me definitely step up.
Yeah, for sure. And going to the Conference Carolinas tournament, King faces Barton on Friday in Sumter. A matchup that the Tornado fell to Barton on the road, I believe, earlier this year. What can you take away from that? What can you look at it and say, hey, here's what we kind of need to do to come away with a win? I guess you would call it an upset of 6-3 here in the first round of the conference tournament.
Yeah. Well, when we played Barton earlier this year, I guess we didn't really have our best day. I remember we had one guy injured, so we started 2-0 down. Of course, that didn't help.
Yeah.
And we dropped a couple close matches. Yeah, and also you have to keep in mind that we played them away, so that's always an advantage for the host. And yeah, now we play them at a neutral place in Sumter. It's going to be a new match, so anything can happen.
Yeah.
I think the pressure is going to be on their side because they won earlier.
Yeah, just a matter of getting a couple of breaks to go our way, I suppose. And for you personally, you had a pretty good match that day. Went to tie breaks in both sets and then won a third set against Matt Leopard. If you have that matchup again, what can you take away from a match like that going forward and say, hey, I came away with this, and give you a little extra confidence going in?
Yeah, I mean, it tells me, the fact that I won tells me that Barton is not unbeatable. Even though they are the higher seed. I beat Max once, so that means that I can beat him anytime again. So I'm really confident about Friday, and so is the whole team. Yeah, we will try our best, and hopefully we will come out on the lucky side.
Yeah, hopefully that's on Friday at 12 p.m. King faces Barton in the Conference Carolinas tournament down in Sumter, South Carolina. If they should win, they'll play Saturday in the semis, and the finals will be on Sunday down in Sumter. Thanks for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.